Hello and welcome to another episode of Wedflics. I'm your host, Julia Braime. I'm the founder and editor of Brides Up North, the top UK wedding blog for northern couples, and the editor of UNVEILED magazine, your go-to bridal glossy. Today on the show, I meet and chat with UNVEILED network member Annabelle of Marie Blanche. Now, Annabelle has you covered when it comes to your gorgeous wedding jewellery and also your wedding day gifting. Beautiful pieces in, dare I say, even prettier handmade gift boxes. Without further ado, let's meet her. Okay, so hi Annabelle and welcome to Wedflics. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you, Julia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So everybody, this is Annabelle. She runs the label, the jewellery label, Marie Blanche. She is one of our UNVEILED network members, and I think you're going to fall in love with her brand. Annabelle, let's hear it from you. How did it all begin with Marie Blanche?
Well, I've been really fortunate to be surrounded by jewellery basically my whole life because my father's in the trade. He supplies independent jewellers across the country. And I wanted to create something that had a personal touch of my own. And I've always been quite creative, loved painting, and I guess I haven't really pursued that creative side since school, really, since my art A-level, which is a long time ago. But I came up with the idea of personalising the boxes that the jewellery would go into, and started by hand painting craft boxes with various flowers, and I just thought it tied in really beautifully with weddings or special occasions. If you have that flower which is iconic of the day, it's the one that you've picked, or it's your favorite flower. So yeah, I just started creating from there, and then since then I've actually pressed flowers as well, which I've really enjoyed. And yes, you can have a pressed flower on the box as well with a wax seal, and that has the initial of the person you're gifting the jewellery to. So for a bridal party, if you've got multiple bridesmaids, you can have all of their initials on the boxes of earrings that you're gifting them, or necklaces, or however you would like to do it, really.
Wow. So I really love this. So you've basically taken your family heritage in jewellery wholesale, and you essentially created your own label of the sort of choice pieces that are your favourites within that brand feel, and then really drilled it all down to a really personal offering. Starting with the most personal thing about the brand, where did your brand name come from?
So Marie Blanche is my middle name. My mum's French, so I was brought up dual nationality, but always in the UK. And my great grandmother was Marie Blanche, so I was named after her. And I never knew her, but I've known about her my whole life through my mum. They were very close, and she was an artisan in her own right. So she used to make lace in Paris, and this is a long time ago, but I guess people had much more. But actually, that's not fair because there are many skilled people nowadays. But I guess she's somebody that I'd love to have known now. So yeah, I thought I love the link between my French heritage, the name. I thought it's quite a pretty feminine name. Not very easy to say for everybody, but
I love it. I can you speak French fluently?
Yeah. I mean, I probably if I was tested, it wouldn't be as good as it should be, but yeah, I can speak it. Yeah.
Well, I love that you've brought your family heritage and your Parisian background, Parisian roots. It just seems to make everything a little bit more glamorous, doesn't it? It's that French side just increases the sort of the passion behind a brand. I don't know. I love your brand name. I think your branding is very, very beautiful, and it really would speak to your end client, to brides who are watching this, or grooms thinking about gifting to girls in their wedding party. There's a certain type of style for your label and the selection of jewellery that you've made. How would you describe that signature style?
So I've curated a collection of what I would consider to be really classic, timeless pieces, but really beautiful, feminine, and with a lot of femininity. So you'll see a lot of pearl and little stone like CZ stones, and we have a few semi-precious stones like blue topaz and amethyst, but we haven't got a huge collection of that yet. But essentially the idea was something that you could wear now for your wedding, have for your wedding, but then wear forever, really. You know, pearls never really go out of fashion. You can pull out the same piece for years and years, and but you'll always have the memory of having it for your wedding, or for if you're the bridesmaid, you'll wear it knowing that it was your best friend's wedding that you wore them for, or like we said, any other special occasion that you might want to gift jewellery or have jewellery for. But so initially that was the collection that I created, and I was fortunate again with the links with the jewellery trade that I picked some really good selling, beautiful pieces. And then I've created a botanic collection, and that's all gold plated, and it's much more, I would say it's much more on trend, bohemian, because I really wanted to cater to as many people as possible with the jewellery that I offer. So the boxes don't change. They're always going to be as however you want them to be created. And it's actually quite hard to offer that on a website. Usually you can offer a personalised product, but actually offering a personalised box was really difficult to sell on the website. So I'm limited with what I show there, because I don't want it to be too difficult for people to know what they want to pick, essentially. But I really love to have any suggestions or emails from customers, for any individual, just even a request to say, oh, could I, maybe the flower of your wedding is rose and I don't have a rose box that's represented on the website. I would love to create something for you in some way or another, because that's where my passion lies. It's in the detail, it's in the, creating something special for the person I'm giving it to, I guess.
I love that. I love that kind of your customer service level is incredibly high with the label. I think that I've obviously had a good stalk of your website. I'm very, very close to buying something for myself as well. It's my birthday next week. So I'm like, okay, husband, here is the Marie Blanche link. What I think is really lovely is your collections. I particularly love the botanical collection. Not necessarily because it's trend-led either, more that it's delicate and feminine and seems very natural. Like you've got little kind of, are they sunflowers or daisies? Little florals.
Yeah, daisies or sunflowers.
Okay, yeah. So obviously like two different products, and little like love knots and things like that. It's all very kind of, it feels light, natural, exactly what you kind of want your wedding to feel like, really. It's all very it really speaks to me sort of from that point of view. It's perfect for like a country wedding or a beach wedding or even a city wedding, that it's very wearable, and your price point is very fair as well, very inclusive price point. And I think that the service you offer on top of that, all those benefits, to then personalize the boxes, make it into a special gift, either for the bride or for the bridesmaids or for another member of the wedding party or whoever it's going to be for, is, it's invaluable, the level of service you're providing. And I really like that about your brand. I think it's super touchy-feely, and that's what we want.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've worked in retail basically my whole career before I worked with my dad, and on the shop side, so always working with the customer, with the people that were coming into the shop, and it was always that personal service and going that extra mile that was really resonated with me. So I guess I've tried to translate that into my brand. It's something, you can't beat that extra special detail or something that you give to somebody. It's a lasting impression. It will make you come back. For me, that is obviously there's a lot of detail that goes into every part of it. The jewellery, the building the collections, and making the boxes. But it's really that service side is really, really important to me.
Yeah, and it hits on two levels too. It hits in the experience for the buyer, but it also works in the gifting experience or the wedding morning. Oh, here's the beautiful earrings I bought for myself with my wedding flower, and it delivers on both levels. So I think it's really not to be underestimated how special that is. And I think that it's interesting that you've managed to kind of jump the online fence with that in a funny sort of way, that normally when you're buying from, say, gifting sites or general online shopping, it's quite an impersonal experience. But with this, you've managed to still hold on to that sort of shopping local thing, which I really value hugely.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying.
You're absolutely smashing it. It's brilliant. And please, wedding couples, go and check out Annabelle's website. I will share that at the end of this episode and also in the show notes. So when you put your collection together, Annabelle, where do you find your inspiration? Is it what's selling well, or is it, what how do you sort of do that?
It's a bit of both, really. I guess my own personal taste has to come into it as well, because it's really important that I love what I'm offering to brides, to everybody out there. So my own personal taste, I'm always looking at trends, but I wouldn't say I'm specifically trend led. I would like to cater a collection which can be curated at different times of the year, can be pulled out for different occasions. Like I said, with the pearls, pearls and weddings have always been synonymous. The white colour, but also creating more classic silver with no stone, and I guess you draw inspiration from everything, from people around me. Instagram's a huge source of inspiration. It's you can get pulled down a rabbit hole. But it'll be interesting, in the following years, even going into this year and end of this year and next year, I will add more pieces to the collection, and I really would like to listen to what people would want for their wedding. What if there has been a change in the trend, or what people would like to wear. If it's really big statement earrings, I have some statement earrings in gold plated with the big leaf. They're all actually made.
I love those. But let's just get this clear. I mean, your statement earring isn't what people will be thinking of when you say statement earrings. Yeah. When you said statement earrings, I thought, oh no, that really jars. Like, we don't want to.
Yeah.
No, Annabelle's not talking about like the huge round earrings, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not talking about that, and the tassels. She's not talking about that sort of statement earring look that we've seen so regularly on our Instagram feeds. But you, in your jewellery, your statement pieces are still super fine. They're like the leaves you're talking about are like a raggedy kind of long leaf, aren't they? Exactly. They're just so delicate and beautiful and sort of artisan looking. It's interesting because I feel like you've got a real talent for picking these pieces and you're not just blindly following. When you said there you're following a trend for statement earrings, I just thought, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that I love what you were just saying about following the seasons. I've never thought of sort of curating a jewellery collection like that because it's not a living thing.
Yeah, sure.
But I think that could really work.
Definitely. I think if you were to pick out, I mean, for example, for now, snow, when it's winter months and it's icy and cold, and well, I've got snow at the moment, pearls could tie really nicely into that. And then I also have within the botanic collection, it's gold plated and silver, and there's some really beautiful, like you said, hand finished silver leaf earrings, which are really beautiful, and that could, I can really see a winter wedding with really gorgeous silver leaf. I don't know, it's almost like I can see it in my head. That is hard to describe.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think, as you go forward, that's a really nice way to do it, and kind of, a flower that might be native to winter, like an anemone or something like that, would be beautiful to have in sort of in a seasonal collection, and then some autumn leaves and spring flowers and summer flowers. I just think it's really got, I mean, guys, you're live here in a branding session. But this is not what it was meant to be. But I just really feel that for wedding couples looking for something a little bit more special than sort of the norm that's out there, I think your collections that really deliver that. And I think, they're well thought through. And like I said, I think you've got great taste and a great eye that really just seems to work. So yeah, I would implore anyone to go and take a look at your website. What are your personal favourite pieces from your current collections?
Well, I have a particular love for the fern collection in the botanic part. I know that has just been recently launched, but it is really quite beautifully made. I work really closely with the suppliers, and it's all pressed from real leaves, and it's really hard to make. So and if you look up close, I mean, the photos on the website are pretty good, but you can see the real detail in the silver. Silver's, it's a metal ultimately, so you're mixing like a really delicate leaf with a really hard metal. So yeah, no, that for me, I have, and it's a really versatile range. It's got delicate studs, drops, pendants, and it's also got what I would call statement earrings, but they're not typical statement earrings, but they're a bit more abstract, and they actually featured at a wedding in Morocco last year, I think it was. And it looked beautiful with on the bridesmaids. They were wearing like teal, like a light teal bridesmaid dress with got like a gold earring and their hair down, and it just looked really striking. So yeah, I definitely have a little soft spot for that collection. But then I've always loved pearls, and I've got a set called Lily Blanche, Lily Rose, and Lily P, and that's a stud and pendant with like encased in like a silver leaf, and it comes in 3 colours, and it's just beautiful. Definitely something that lots and lots of people love, just because it's delicate, it's easy to wear, but it's got that design detail to it, which I think it differentiates itself from a plain stud to something that's got a design element to it. And it's also, again, all connected, the leaves, the natural side to it, the flowers. I guess that is a big part of my branding as well.
I think that those products actually stood out to me as well when I was looking at your website. Obviously, I've worked with you for quite a while now, so I've been sharing pieces on social media for you, and really enjoying getting to know the brand. But today, before this interview, I had a little scroll, and I thought, oh yes, I do love those. Those pieces did stand out, because I think it's okay. So using florals in jewellery is not a new thing, but like you say, making them look so natural is quite new. It's probably the last sort of 5 years we've seen this sort of technique coming through. and combining like the natural world in a piece of jewellery, I think for weddings particularly really works. It's just that delicate, special touch. And yeah, I'd agree. I think those products are really, really nice. And actually, like you say, super wearable. So as a bridesmaid, okay, so I'm letting you into a secret here. I've been a bridesmaid like well over 15 times.
Wow.
Yeah. So isn't that weird? I'm like rent a bridesmaid.
You're so loved. That's wonderful. That says a lot about you, yeah.
I'm a professional at my skill of being a bridesmaid. So if anyone, you know, is getting married soon and would like someone who's fully trained, like a proper moniker, then I'm there. I know all the things, like, you know, you go to the car to help the bride. I know all that. Yeah. But I think my bridesmaiding days are maybe done. All my best friends are married now, so I'm a bit sad. I'm hanging up my bridesmaiding hat, but I've had a lot of bridesmaid gifts over the years, and you know, they were all super special and given with a lot of love. But I would say that 9 times out of 10, they were things to wear on the day, which would then be put back in their pretty box, but not as pretty as your boxes, but back into the box they came in and put in a drawer and left there forevermore. You know, you wore them on the day. There were a certain style of bridal jewellery that was very much like just for then. But I can see that a bridesmaid or someone receiving a gift on a wedding day, which is one of your pieces, I mean, your pieces are super wearable for the future. So you'd be excited to receive that, not just because it comes in a personalized, beautiful box and it's all very special and, you know, emotive and gorgeous, but when you actually open that box and inside is a piece of jewelry that's like really nicely made, and it's you can see it working with your day-to-day outfits. I think that's where the magic comes in. It's such a good gift.
Definitely. I think it's important. For me, obviously everybody has their own taste, but I want the collection to be something that will be treasured from the box to the piece of jewelry, something that you'll want to wear, not something that is cast. It's not that it's cast aside. That piece of jewelry will always have sentimental value. But yeah, that was definitely important to pick pieces that are really easy to put on and not, you know, you want to have them remarked upon. So wear them and then someone says, oh, you know, that's a lovely piece of jewellery. Where does that come from? And then you can say, well, actually, that was what I wore to my best friend's wedding. Or, you know, I think it's important to keep them alive, really, and not have them in a box. And I'm the kind of person that wears like the same piece of jewellery for a period of time, and then I'll wear something else a bit later on, kind of go in cycles like that. So yeah, nice classic pieces. You can't really go wrong.
You can't. No, they're inherently wearable. I'm the sort of person that just wears the same jewellery. I'm not nothing in here actually, which is good because I'm, you know, I don't have my Marie Blanche earrings yet. So my husband will be being directed to your website for next week's birthday. But yeah, I wear the same thing over and over again. I have like staples that I wear, but I keep everything. So I'm a real hoarder, and I have like okay, no, I'm not a hoarder in life. I'm a hoarder of jewellery, but it's all like really nicely kept in like a beautiful stackable big box. And I have things from, you know, when I was a teenager, and my girls are going to have a whale of a time when they know of the box. They don't know of the box actually at the moment, but when they get to know of it and they can, you know, pick some jewellery from it, they're going to love it. But that's because every piece of jewellery that anyone's ever given me, and I'm talking about the pieces people have given me, not about, you know, Topshop earrings or whatever. They're all super special for their own reasons. Even if I don't wear them now, I do keep them and treasure them, because someone, you know, loved me enough to give me that piece, then, you know, you've got to keep it nicely. But I do think your pieces are wearable day to day, and for like special, you know, meals out with friends, or to a party, or just to work, to like, you know, elevate your outfit on that particular day. So yeah, I think there's definitely life beyond the wedding day in your jewellery, for sure. And actually, for people who maybe are watching this, who watch it because they're a supplier, or who just love weddings and have found the show. I mean, if you're looking for a gift for self or a gift for a friend, it's not just this jewelry is very much not just for weddings. even though it's created with weddings in mind.
Yeah, I guess it's perfect for weddings, but then it's great for every other time as well. So yeah, I actually I'll show you one box which I actually recently made for my friend who's getting married.
Oh,
It's really pretty, isn't it?
it's so stunning. So is she married yet, or is she?
She is. She did get married during the lockdown, so I just haven't had an opportunity to give her box yet. But yeah, she wore some Marie Blanche earrings for the day, and I look forward to sharing that wedding with you very, very soon.
Oh yeah, fantastic. We'd love to see that. Congratulations. What's her name?
Helen.
Helen. Congratulations. Well, I saw the H on the seal, but congratulations to Helen, to her other half, who tied the knot during a very difficult time to tie the knot. So well done to you. Round of applause. Yeah. A big achievement getting married in 2020. So well done to Helen and her other half, definitely. What do you love most about working in your business, about your job?
I love lots of aspects of it, to be honest, but I love interacting with brides and people. I really can't beat that service side of it. I think that's really, really important to me. You know, just emailing back and forth, being somebody that is contactable. I love that. And then there's a real therapy and love that goes into the boxes. I say therapy because I'm creating it. It's my brand, but I really love doing it. And it's a labor of love. It's a long process. It's not something that I can churn out. It's for the pressed flowers, I have to pick the flowers, press them, wait for them to dry. Then I have to find the perfect flower to fit on the box. You know, they're not all the same. They don't all press the same way. So, but I really enjoy that. I really enjoy creating, I guess, and knowing that is going to somebody special. I guess if you come into the Marie Blanche world, you're getting a piece of me, a bit of my personality, my love and care into making you something special.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's just a completely elevated experience. I just love that. I think that's what everything should be when it comes to weddings. I think it should be better than you expected, and I definitely think that you deliver that for your couples. So I love that. How then can they find your website? What's your website? And we'll drop it in here.
So the website is www.marie-blanche.co.uk, and you'll find just on the homepage lots of beautiful pictures. It's a bit different to how lots of websites are, but I guess I wanted to really showcase lots of beautiful imagery. I think I saw a website like that a few years ago, and it was just really clean looking. Obviously all the photos, they go to the relevant pages of the product, but yeah, it's like a bit of a mood board for you to just get a feel for what the brand is and what we do, what I do. And then yes, you can see all their jewellery quite easily from the navigation bar.
Yeah, so your website's really easy to use, having had a good click around it myself, and it is really inspirational. I get really hooked in by sort of stories, I guess. I suppose that's the nature of what I do as a blogger and an editor, but I get really hooked in by stories, and your website really tells a story, both through the words on it, but also the pictures. And yeah, I really buy into your brand hugely. So yeah, it's really nice. So head on over there and take a look. Check out Annabelle's gorgeous Instagram page as well. There's loads of inspiration there. It's all very clickable and shoppable. Don't hold me responsible. You also are you have a stockist if people want to see your pieces in person and are looking to add more stockists. So do you want to tell us about that?
Definitely. So I got my first stockist at the end of last year, and it's in Stamford, which is in Lincolnshire, and the shop is called Murano Silver, and it's a really beautiful jewellery shop that sells lots of different collections. Lots of small businesses, primarily British businesses, and she's a really lovely woman, and like very like-minded. Lots of, we get on very well, and she just really bought into the brand and really wanted to stock it. So she's had it over Christmas, and she did really well until unfortunately lockdown and had to close her shop. Hopefully, this year will open up more opportunities for stockists when the high street and shops can open again.
Let's hope so. And you still deliver that same personal service through your stockist, don't you, with the boxes? And
yeah, definitely. So I gave her some boxes that I pre-made, so hand painted, and then some more generic the pressed flower boxes with like a flower seal, so it might not have an initial, but if any person requests a specific box, then she just can email me and I'll send it directly to the customer. So we actually kind of bypass it going through her shop. I'll just send the stock directly to the customer. So yeah,
that works really nicely. And we've got a discount code for anyone watching who's watched us to the end. So well done, you guys, for sticking with us. I mean,
you are worthy to my discount.
Yes, well done. Here's your gift. So for Wedflics viewers, we're going to do a discount code, Wedflics15, which you can enter when you are shopping with Annabelle at Marie Blanche online, and claim your 15% discount. So
absolutely
bonus for
go and enjoy that all you have.
And that is on your, I have to say, that's on your first purchase, because you're going to be wanting to come back, but that's on your first purchase with Annabelle through her shop. So Annabelle, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you and hearing all about your gorgeous brand. And I am a huge fan, and I'm fully ready to go over there and start clicking and buying. So I'll be using it. Thank you for being my guest, and I'll see you soon within Unveiled Network.
See you shortly. Thank you.